let's continue. The rest of the meal is much more pleasant, and the food seems to lift Carlos's spirits. You head out afterwards back into the cold. Notice Carlos shivering and wish you could hold him against you for warmth. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't appreciate that, though. Want to go back to your place? I'm not sure the house is a great idea right now. Two of you return to your room. Adam is there studying a book and finishing up what looks like a ham sandwich. Hey, have a nice time at the house? Carlos shrugs. Not really. Adam puts his book and sandwich down. Look, dude. I'm sorry I gave you such a hard time. It's just I warned you about... You know. I know. Really, I'm sorry I kind of blew up at you. Adam laughs. Dude, I would hardly call that blowing up. Still, thanks. I'm gonna ignore it. Any plans for this afternoon? I guess I could study. No, really, you're right. I might hate that you're right, but you're right. Do you, have the textbook? Adam shakes his head and passes him a textbook. Carlos sits on your bed and reads while you and Adam work on homework at your desks. Soon dinner time rolls around. Dinner time rolls around and Adam leans back in his chair stretching. Dinner? Pizza? Pineapple and... Oh, these boys. You know it. Three of you head to the yard. It's crowded when you arrive, but you manage to get seated relatively quickly. Really? Carlos tries to find an alternative to jalapenos until you assure him you can just pick them off. Adam orders the pizza and salad for the table. Salad, Chico? It's healthy. It's just lettuce. And tomatoes. And onions. And 1,000-calorie dressing. Well, that comes on the side. So you can skip it. Who skips dressing on their salad? I don't. I like French on my salads. I really, really do. Ranch is something. 1,000 Island dressing. I just said you can. I don't know anyone who does either. So how was your day of boring studying? Pretty good. I went over the guide to rare diseases. Why would you do that? Because it's interesting? You're not even taking any classes in epidemiology this semester. Well, I finished the work and I had to do so. I figured I deserved a break. Chico, a break is going to the gym or playing video games, not reading textbooks. Objection! Taking a break by reading is good. Or if you're too bored of the other two. Or if you want to combine some of the two, there are visual... I know what, I saw what I did there. I'm just gonna skip that. Adam shrugs. Well, I find it interesting and enjoyable. Carlos shakes his head. I'll never understand you, Chico. The pizza arrives surprisingly quick, and the three of you eat in comfortable silence. Let me grab this. Dude, you always pay. Seriously, let me get this one. Grab the bill anyway, and Adam laughs. Well then, thank you again. Three of you wander into the cool night air. Well, I should be getting back. He looks around quickly before kissing you on the cheek. I'll see you tomorrow. At the hospital? I assumed we'd walk over together. Sure, I'll come by in the morning then. Impatient? You have no idea. Carlos head towards the house. The two of you head back to your room. Adam settles into his desk again with guides to diseases. You unlock your computer. Here's something that screwed up my edition. Guess you're not there. Teacher's gone Monday, so if they ask what I can do today instead. Sorry, Tom's here. We'll talk tonight. Signed off. Guess she's not back yet. We're out the internet for a while until Janet appears. Hey, I got the part. Your word for nothing. I know. It's a small part, but still. So excited. Congratulations. You talked for a while about life. Soon you decide it's time for bed. And you bid her good night. Sleep comes easily. Oh, I wish that was true for me some nights. It's October 29th. Ooh, 2 more days before Halloween. You woke up by a knock at the door. Adam rolls over, looks at the clock. It's not even light outside yet. That had better not be you, Carlos. You roll out of bed and open the door. Hey, Chris. Adam groans from his bed. Dude, it's barely 6 a.m. But the hospital is open. But the doctor probably isn't in yet. You don't want a nurse to do it and slice your arm off, do you? Wait, did that actually happen? Adam rolls over in bed. As far as you know. No fair, Chico. Not all of us are doctor-y like you. Adam throws his pillow at him and curls up his sheets. Wait, we'll go in a bit. Short bit? The longer you keep me awake, the longer that bit will be. Carlos sighs and lays down on the floor with the pillow. Fine. He looks up at you. He throws the pillow back at Adam, who groans and let it drop to the floor before climbing into your bed. Good boy. That okay, Chris? He's warm, his embrace is comforting. You roll over and hold him close to you. He smiles and kisses your forehead. Aww. Two of you fall asleep pretty quickly. Still Saturday, October 29th. You wake up a few hours later. Carlos is curled around you, muttering in Spanish and asleep. It feels good to have him close to you. Adam is sitting up at his desk, reading his note. He notices you're awake and nods before returning to his book. Well, you kiss Carlos gently on the cheek. He makes a happy sound before his eyes pop open and he sits up. Chico, wake up, let's go! Well, that was fast. He looks over at Adam's empty bed, then Adam, who is trying to stifle a laugh. Q divertido? He stands and stretches. Let's go get this thing off me. Adam closes his book and sits it down. I've been meaning to see Elliot anyway, so why not? Mi Asaka del... I'm sorry, I can't. Come in, Chris. You quickly get dressed and follow them out the door. Carlos checks in, is directed to the waiting area that smells like rubbing alcohol. He takes a seat in a chair that looks like it was recently cleaned. Is this going to hurt, Chico? Like nothing you've ever experienced. Dude, they're removing a cast. But it involves power tools like blades and stuff. Oh, we're in love with the baby right now. That can't cut your skin. If you're really worried, ask them to put a guard in first. Carlos shakes his head. You're going to be a terrible doctor. Hey, I haven't taken my oath yet. Carlos pats a seat next to him. Want to wait with me, Chris? I'll probably go see Elliot. We're waiting with him. It'll make him feel better. You sit in the chair next to Carlos. I'll see you two in a bit then. He heads off to Elliot's room. I've waited so long to get this thing off, and now I'm kind of terrified of it, Chris. You take his hand in yours. He holds onto your fingers tightly. Thanks, Chris, for being here with me. You watch TV. You watch the TV for a while. It's showing some news program that seems to be nothing but overblown hype. Carlos drums his fingers nervously. Soon, they call Carlos' name. He stands. Come with me, Chris. I was hoping Adam would be back, but I guess he's studying Elliot's vitals or something. Of course we're going with him. We're not just staying in the waiting room. He needs emotional support, and that's what we're here for. The nurse looks at you strangely as you follow them into the room, but don't comment. After a short wait, the doctor walks in. The procedure is done. Before you know it, Carlos is standing at the opposite wall, trying to desperately not look at his arm. Chris, tell me when they're starting. They're done. The doctor laughs and tells Carlos the last x-rays looked fine, but to avoid excessive strain for a while. Carlos flexes his arm tentatively. Okay, that was easy. Let's go, Chris. The two of you make your way to the waiting room. This feels so good. My arm is so light now. He swings his arm around and almost hits himself in the face. I guess I'll need to get used to that. Adam runs into the room. Hey, Chico, look, it's done. Dude, Elliot is awake and I think he recognizes me. What? The three of you rush into Elliot's room. Elliot is sitting up in the bed, a gaggle of nurses surrounding him, and when you walk in, one of them tries to push the three of you out of the room, but Adam insists and she relents, telling you to stay out of the way. Three of you stand in a corner against the wall. Elliot's eyes track you and he smiles when Carlos waves at him. Dude. You hear that his parents have been contacted but are secretively thankful that they're not here yet. Soon the bustle God, it's like I can't read tonight. Subsides and a lone nurse remains performing some more basic tests. Elliot keeps trying to speak, but she shushes him and tells him they'll need to take the breathing tube out first. The three of you crowd around the chair by his bed. Elliot, dude, do you know who I am? Elliot focuses on Adam, brow furrowed. Then he nods, trying to speak in before giving up. Adam points to Carlos. Do you know who this is? Elliot nods again. The look on his face is almost hurtful this time. Are you in pain? Elliot shakes his head. Eyes remain fixated on Carlos. The nurse pushes you out of the room, saying that Elliot has to rest. Three of you stand in the hallway, peering back into the room. Elliot seems to have fallen asleep again. Dude, he hates me. What? Why would you say that? You saw that look on his face. I'm the reason he got beaten up. Dude, Robert is the reason he got beaten up. Carlos slides down the wall, sitting on the floor. You and Adam sit on either side of him. He was defending me, dude. That's not what I heard happened. He was defending both of us. Adam sighs. I know you feel that way, but I'm pretty sure that's not what happened. I'm pretty sure you know that. And I'm pretty sure you know Elliot doesn't blame you. Carlos shakes his head. Dude, come on. He pulls him into a hug. A quick shuffle of footsteps catches your attention, and Elliot's parents walk past you into the room. You notice a look of disapproval they give Carlos and Adam. Carlos faces Adam's arms, forces Adam's arms off him, and leans back against the wall again, shaking his head. Did you see that? See what? The way they looked at us? Carlos shakes his head. That's how my parents would look at me if they knew. How Elliot's parents would look at him if they knew. Adam is silent, looking between the two of you. Carlos sighs, clearly upset now. My cast is off. Let's go. Elliot needs to rest anyways, right? Adam nods, wordlessly standing. Carlos shakes his head. I'm done with this bullshit. He puts his arms around you and kisses you gently. Then he stands, pulling you to your feet and holding your hand. Okay, Chris. You nod. The three of you walk down the hall and back to campus. I'm going swimming. It's like 5 degrees out. So call me an ambulance and treat me for hypothermia. I'm coming with you, dude. Fine. You feel like Carlos could probably use the company right now as well. Me too. 3 of you head for the pool. God, Carlos is glutton for punishing right now. You and Adam sit on a bench by the water while Carlos slips into the locker room to get changed. The pool is unsurprisingly, is completely deserted. Because it's starting to get cold out! I won't pretend to know what this is like for him, or for you, but I'm glad he has you. You two are good for each other. Carlos reappears in swimming trunks. It's going to be so great to swim again. It is really cold, though. He dives into the water and reemerges shivering. Dude, you can swim next semester, or if we have a warm day this year. No, I've waited too long for this. Determination will kill him. Will kill him one of these days. You and Adam sit and watch Carlos swim. He seems to be having trouble. You okay? Arm isn't working the way I want it to. You just had a cast off for a month. Of course it's not going to work properly. Cast on for a month. Carlos climbs out of the pool, holding himself shivering. You can't help but stare. Adam throws him his towel, and he quickly runs back to the locker room and sighs. Well, that was a thing. Let's go wait inside. It's kind of chilly out. You enter the locker room to time to see Carlos slipping out of his swim trunks. You feel weird for watching him change, even though it's not anything you haven't seen before. You sit with Adam on an empty bench. Carlos soon sits next to you on the bench, fully dressed. I guess that didn't turn out so great. He laughs. Nothing this morning's turned out so great. He takes your hand in his and holds it tightly. Elliot's awake, right? That's great, I guess. Let's grab some lunch. It's about lunchtime. Burgers? Whatever. Fries are rainbow sherbet. Carlos stares at them, but doesn't comment. These fries are made by a witch! Witchcraft! A witch is abusing the culinary arts for their own ugly gains! It's not something we should be proud of! It is to be shunned! Shunned, I say! Shunned! you grab burgers and take them to the student center to eat. None of you get the fries. Oh, think everything. Lunch is an awkward, silent affair. Carlos holds your hand the entire time. It's beginning to hurt. Adam sighs and puts down his burger. Okay, we need to talk. Even if I can't understand, we need to talk. Carlos continues chewing his burger, looking at Adam. Look, dude, I'm worried about you. I'm glad you're willing to be more open and all, but I think you're literally squeezing Chris's hand off. Doesn't matter? Carlos quickly releases your hand, looking at you apologetically. Tell us what's bothering you. Is it Elliot's parents? Is it your parents? Chews in silence, staring at Adam. Oh, Adam. It's always satisfying when Adam hits the nail right in the head. Adam sighs, picks up his burger again. Yes. Adam puts down his burger and looks at him. Do something with the burger and don't just hold it up and down. Yes, your parents? Carlos nods. Dude. He puts his hand on Carlos's, who jerks it away. I'm sorry. Carlos shakes his head. I just wish I could tell them. Why can't you? Just looks at him and laughs. Chico, you're serious, aren't you? They would disown me at best. They're your parents. They love you. So he shakes his head. You don't understand. Homosexuality isn't a thing. For now. I mean, it's a thing and people whisper about it, but no one really talks about it. He shakes his head. You've met my mother, Chico. Do you really think she would be okay with this? Adam chews his burger in silence because he knows it's the truth. And yet they're still having this Yeah, exactly. He takes her hand again, more gently this time. And I'd love to take you home. Chris, introduce you to my crazy family. If you were a girl, they'd feed you until you burst. My mom makes the most delicious platanos frijoles? But that's not how things would work with us. Carlos sighs. It's not your fault, Chico. I mean, obviously it's not your fault. And I know you mean well. And I'm glad you're here for me, but I don't think this is something anyone can help with. Adam nods. Well, I'm always here whenever way I can be, dude. I know, thanks, Chico. I'll get over this again. He shakes his head. You didn't see the way his parents looked at us. Maybe they thought we were being a nuisance in the hallway? Carlos laughs. Yeah, a nuisance because they thought we were a couple. Carlos, that's all they think I am. Dude, you're overreacting. Am I? Yes. Yes. They stare at each other in silence for a bit. I need to go. Carlos? Come on, Chris. He pulls you to your feet. You look apologetically at Alan before quickly following Carlos. The two of you walk in silence around campus. He sits on a bench on the grass, staring off into space. You sit next to him in silence. I hate my parents. He looks at you and sighs. I guess that's not fair. I hate that my parents are so close-minded, I guess. I can't really blame them, though. If I wasn't me, I would probably be right there alongside them. He shakes his head. I hate my life. No, that's not fair to you, or to Adam. He takes your hand in his gently. I hate that the part of my life that aren't here. And maybe the part here that involves school. I really should switch majors. I just wish I could change around other parts of my life so easily. Sighs and smiles at me. Aw. You've been amazing through this, though, so thank you. He kisses you gently. I just wish. people were better. He shrugs. I keep hoping my parents will surprise me, that I'll get some glimmer of hope that they won't totally hate me for what I am, for who I am. But then I get reminded all over again. He shakes his head. I guess Elliot has it worse than me. Not that it's a nice thing to think, or a particularly comforting thought anyways. But I have you and Adam. But I have you and I have Adam. And I don't have half of my face smashed in by some homophobic thug. The grip on your hand tightens before he suddenly lets you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to, he sighs. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like this today. I was supposed to be a nice time, but I can't swim. I can't look out for my head. I can't get that look out of my head. I guess I'm just feeling useless. Looks at you again. Although this is terrible, but I feel like there's at least one thing I'm useful for. And I know this is probably the worst possible timing, but I kind of wanted you right now. And is this a weird time? See if... No! Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Dan's available. It is a pretty weird time, but you're not sure you mind. Oh, the two of us head to the QA room.